What's up, guys? We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to do not a quick list, but a shorter form collaborative list. We're going to be doing the best cereals or our favorite cereals, which, because they're our favorite cereals, that means that they must be the best cereals. And we're each going to drop our list of 10, and then we're going to try and come together at the end and collaborate a little, which is really not our style of doing things, and figure out a top 5 from there. Hopefully you guys agree with our list, but if you don't agree with our list, first off, you're wrong. Second off, we want to see what lists you would put together, and we want you to share it with everybody and find out what list they would have, because there's a lot of delicious cereals in the world and there's a lot of options to work from. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with Thomas, and then we're going to go to me, and then Andrew. Thomas, I want to hear your top 10 favorite / best cereals.
Okay, well, here are the 10 best cereals arguably ever made. 10, Honey Bunches, and this is in order of, Desert Island, cereals I'm taking with me.
Sure, definitely.
10, Honey, yeah, right? 10, Honey Bunches of Oats. 9, Rice Krispies. 8, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. 7, Fruity Pebbles. 6, Apple Jacks. 5, Honey Nut Cheerios, for the heart. 4, Life Cinnamon. 3, Cocoa Pebbles. 2, Frosted Flakes. And 1, of course, because I'm on an island, I want to get off, Captain Crunch Berries, because if I get a ship, you can be captain.
I misunderstand. You're on an island and
get
you
a
want to
ship
get
with
off.
every box.
I misunderstood what you meant by that. We will circle back to the desert island
Cool.
aspect of this, because I do want to circle back to that once we get past this. But my 10 through 1, starting at number 10, Fruity Pebbles. Number 9, Lucky Charms. Number 8, Raisin Bran. Number 7, Frosted Flakes. Number 6, Cocoa Pebbles. Number 5, Cap'n Crunch. Number 4, Frosted Mini Wheats. Number 3, Apple Jacks. Number 2, Honey Bunches of Oats. And number 1, Fruit Loops.
Cool. You guys were on the right track a little bit, but the real top 10 is number 10, Special K Red Berries. Number 9, Frosted Mini Wheats. Number 8, Honey Bunches of Oats. Number 7, Fruity Pebbles. Number 6, Golden Grams. Number 5, Captain Crunch Berries. Number 4, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 3, Reese's Puffs. Number 2, Frosted Flakes. And number 1, Honey Nut Cheerios, for the heart.
Griffin.
Yeah.
Number 5, Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Just Captain Crunch?
Standard,
No berries?
standard. No, I know you guys you're the berries guys, but I like the standard, traditional missionary style Cap'n Crunch. Like, it is what it is.
So you're colorblind and taste blind?
And stupid. I'm also stupid. And
Okay.
in case you forgot, if you didn't watch a previous episode, I'm also tall. So it's worth pointing out that I still have value as a person.
I will say Golden Grams, that is one I forgot that would probably fight onto my list somewhere. That's a solid
think it would-
pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's briefly talk about the ones that were on each of our lists that didn't make it onto anyone else's list. So Thomas, you had Rice Krispies and Cinnamon Life. Both good cereals, I would say, but I don't regret not putting them on my top 10. I feel like they're in the teens probably.
Okay, I mean, like I said, Golden Grams. Special K chocolate would be on my list, not red berries, because I'm super healthy anyway. Top notch athlete, Olympian. People take pictures of me. Other than that, your list is pretty. I can respect the rest of it. I already said Captain Crunch without the berries is pointless. Also, I didn't have Raisin Bran because I'm not a grandma, and I didn't have Lucky Charms because I'm not 6. So
You didn't have Raisin
That's
Bran because you're
about
not
it.
a grandma, but you both have Honey Nut
Yeah.
Cheerios on your list, which Andrew had as his number 1 pick, it's like barely even anything. It's just like calories, the cereal. Right? Honey Nut Cheerios taste like nothing.
okay, have fun with your high cholesterol.
I will. I'll die young and stay cool forever.
Eating your Raisin Bran.
I love
Hope you
Raisin
stay
Bran.
regular.
I'm gonna go to And I'm gonna go to your funeral and eat a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Over your open casket.
I hope you do. I hope you do. Well, I'm Jewish, so it will not be an open casket, but I hope you do. Based off the initial reactions here, Raisin Bran probably not going to make our top 5 because it wasn't even on my top 5. So it's probably not going to make our short list. And the point that I wanted to make and the question that I wanted to ask, this is our Desert Island cereals. Do we have an unlimited supply of milk? Are we eating these dry? Like, these are things that need to be considered.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think my list stays pretty similar. Like if I'm going dry cereal, I think I'm going pretty similar. Maybe like Cinnamon Life goes number 3 instead of Cocoa Pebbles, but for the most part, and Rice Krispies might not be on the list if it's dry. But I think I'm staying pretty similar.
I think if we're doing, if we got to do this dry as well, let's say we do it both ways, but at some point the milk's gonna run out. You're on a desert island, it's gonna go bad. You gotta fucking throw it in the water. It is what it is. I think based on that, I would lose.
I assume there's cows.
There's what?
Cows on the island.
Oh yeah,
if not
it's a
cows,
desert island,
goats.
but it has cows, and I've learned to milk them, and we're frolicking.
It could have coconuts.
I think I would lose Captain
Could have
Crunch from my
almonds.
list.
Yeah, because it doesn't have any berries.
And also, I just don't think it's that great of a dry cereal. Like I like Fruit Loops, delicious dry. Honey Bunches of Oats, nutritious dry. Apple Jacks, I bet again, delicious dry. And Frosted Mini Wheats are like already the size of like a snack food, so you might as well eat them like that.
And make your case for Fruit Loops because that's your number 1, and it did not appear on either of our lists.
Which
I have a case for Fruit Loops.
I was stunned that Fruit Loops didn't appear on either of your lists. I don't know, Fruit Loops are definitely one of those cereals that you can eat too much of, and it's one of the ones that does like the worst work to post cereal milk. But Fruit Loops, like not by themselves, but as just a bowl of cereal, they're delicious. I love Fruit Loops. I love them so much. I thought about Honey Bunches of Oats in the one spot, because it's really between the two of them for like my favorite cereal, and I could eat Honey Bunches of Oats until I kick the bucket. But Fruit Loops is my true number 1. I will admit that I love that sugary shit.
See, Fruit Loops to me, like I feel like it's the most average cereal, and you only like it because the media, because it's just shoved in your face.
You think the media has convinced me to like Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
I think the media has convinced us to like cereal, like across the board.
I think you love Toucan Sam a little too much. But I will say, it's candy-like, and you do like candy.
I do. I love candy. I would call myself a candy guy.
I used to love it as a kid. But I just feel like, I don't know, something about the artificial taste of Fruit Loops. I don't know. Like it's I'm not gonna like
versus the artificial taste of Captain Crunch berries.
Yeah, the artificial taste of Captain Crunch berries is better.
Real berries, people.
Got it. It's better.
Also, I think I might have been turned off by Fruit Loops because at my office, the bathroom,
I have a job.
The cleaning, the cleaning like supplies that they use to clean the bathrooms, I swear, smell just like Fruit Loops. So I just associate that smell with the bathroom.
Okay,
that's a weird reason to not like Fruit Loops, but I mean, hey, we all have traumatic memories with smells. It's like you and me and Fireball. I get it.
I will say, I strongly disagree that you could just eat Frosted Mini Wheats dry, because that sounds like eating a spoonful of cinnamon to me. Like I feel like that would just like you're choking. You're drying out your body.
That spoonful of cinnamon thing is so overplayed. It's not that hard. Stupid.
Okay, let's
get kids.
Yeah, no, I agree with Thomas. I think that if we're saying the best cereals with milk or without, no way Frosted Mini Wheats is making my list. Because yeah, I agree. It's like a mouthful to eat just dry without milk. Not good.
I better get some of my other options in our top 5. You guys are just killing my list. You are tearing my list apart.
Well, so here's the thing. For our top 5, Frosted Flakes are both mine and Andrew's number 2. It's also on your list, Griffin.
I could easily
So I
call
feel like that's
Frosted
gonna be
Flakes a
there.
top 5. Yeah, that should make the top 5.
I'm not willing to put it at number 1 though. I'll say that. For me, I think even though it is all three of us, which so I guess statistically it should be number 1. I struggle putting that number 1.
Yeah,
Right,
but
well,
I mean,
let's
like
pocket
it's
it.
not
It's gonna
number
be in the
1
top
for
5.
either of you, so it's in there. It's in that top 5. You know, based on what else we pick, it might make the number 1 spot. But I get what you're saying. It's a little bit too vanilla of a pick to be a number 1 cereal.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as saying Fruit Loops as your number 1 cereal.
I guess based on
Not
audience
nearly as bad as
reaction,
saying Fruit Loops.
it is similar to that. What are some other ones we've shared? We've got Apple Jacks. That's a shared one between a couple of us. Andrew didn't have it on his list though because he's filled with bad takes. Interesting.
Apple Jacks is good. It's good. It's probably 11 or 12 on my list. I'm not like eating on it. I definitely wouldn't put it in my top 5 because I didn't, but I don't know. It can be in the conversation. I know we're gonna have to start narrowing things down pretty soon. So.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
here
I don't know.
here are 2 that we do have on all of our lists. We have Fruity Pebbles on both of our lists, and we have all 3 of our lists, and we have Honey Bunches of Oats on all 3 of our lists. The range for Honey Bunches of Oats, it differs a lot. Thomas has it in his 10 spot. I have it in my 2 spot, and Andrew's got it in his 8 spot. So you guys have it more towards the end. I think it is. I said it was arguably the best cereal. So maybe that's a 4 to 5 range. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I love Honey Bunches of Oats. I'd say it's on my 10 because I don't buy it often, but that's more just because like I feel like I have to be in the mood for it. But I am a big fan of it. So yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely in the top 5 just because, like I said, we do all have it.
I'm fine with it being in the top 5. It just kind of kills me if we have Honey Bunches of Oats in the top 5 and not Honey Nut Cheerios because of Griffin's weird vendetta against Honey Nut Cheerios. When
If you want to have Honey Nut Cheerios
he
in the
loves
top
Honey Bunches
5,
of Oats.
thing on Honey Nut Cheerios, it's a safe pick. A lot of people like it. I think those people are dumb. Whatever. If it's going to be in our top 5, it's 5. It's not 4, 3, 2, and God forbid it be 1. It's 5. Because it's not even close to it's not even on my top 20. I'd rather pick like 6-month seasonal cereals than pick Honey Nut Cheerios.
So if this wasn't like a collab, if this was a debate, I would say you're wrong. But because we're collabing, I mean, Andrew can disagree, but I'm fine with it being 5 since it's not even on your list. I think you're wrong, but
like I said, I think a
fine.
lot of people probably reflect the Honey Nut Cheerios love. I am just not one of them, and as with most things, I think I'm better than most people. So you guys are wrong, but it's fine. It's fine. It's 5. It's 5. It's fine. It's fine, and it's 5.
Collabing is the worst. I hate compromise. I just like telling you guys that you're wrong. I feel like this goes against what list night is, but we're also filming this in the morning, so that is also going against what list night is.
It's true. Well, I mean, it's nighttime somewhere. So
Andrew, based off that opinion, Andrew, you should probably go into politics if you just don't want to collab and you just want to tell other people they're wrong.
And you don't like doing things in the morning.
Sounds great.
Okay, so Fruity Pebbles, like you said, is on all 3 of our top 5s. So again, like statistically, it should be in the top 5. You guys can go with that one. I mean, I'm okay if it doesn't make the top 5.
I am too. It's low on all of our top 10s. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's low on all of our top 10s.
Honestly,
but
find it weird that it made it on my top 10.
It is a common top 10 pick, though. Like, if you want to make the people happy,
and
like, no one's gonna be upset to get to a desert island and be like, "Oh man, there's a box of Fruity Pebbles here." Like, I'd be pumped. I'd be into it. If there was a box of Cheerios there, I'd be like, "I'm gonna drown myself." But a box of Fruity Pebbles, like, I'll be fine. I'll survive a day. That's cool.
So Griffin, Fruit Loops is your number 1. are you going to be pushing for it to be in the top 5?
No, because there's not a lot of there's no crossover with you guys.
So
if I have to pick a Fruity Pebbles, we can come to an agreement on that. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of okay. Then yeah, it should definitely be in the top 5. Then I would say.
I really want it to be number 5 below Honey Nut Cheerios, but it seems like Griffin put his foot down on Honey Nut Cheerios being any higher than 5.
Yeah, I am putting my foot down.
Okay.
Honestly, if it could be like 5, like 5 minus or something like that, that's what I would want Honey Nut Cheerios to be.
God, that's such a radical opinion to me. I didn't know anyone disliked Honey Nut Cheerios.
Well, we have 2 more spots in our top 5.
We do.
I feel like we were on the path of putting Honey Bunches of Oats in there too. Do we want to be honey heavy on this top 5? We have Honey Nut Cheerios on there.
I mean,
I'd be fine with Honey Bunches of Oats.
I'm fine with it. A, honey's awesome, and B, it's a more natural flavor than whatever the hell they put in the rest of these cereals. We're a health-conscious podcast.
Here's my thing. We are. So let's say what we have right now would be Honey Bunches of Oats is 3, Frosted Flakes is 2. What's number 1 going to be?
Yeah, I think the order is going to have to be discussed a little bit more. But I'm just trying to get what the 5 are.
So I think just looking at what we have, it's going to be honey, just not in order, Honey Bunches of Oats. And then the next closest crossover we have is Cap'n Crunch.
Yeah. I would make peace with Cap'n Crunch berries because I don't dislike Cap'n Crunch berries. I just like Cap'n Crunch like standard on its own. But you guys both, you have Cap'n Crunch berries as your number 1. You've got it as your number 5. I am totally at peace with this being a top 5 and being the top pick because at least I'm getting Captain Crunch.
I mean, obviously, I'm fine with it being the top pick.
I am a little furious that your top pick is our top pick. Like, I'm a little irritated by that. I hate that Thomas is finally represented. He's also Frosted Flakes was his number 2 pick, but so was for Andrew.
I'm not ready to say we're done with the ordering. Okay?
Sure. Right now, though, as things are right now, 3 of these picks are in Thomas's order. Cap'n Crunch Berries, Frosted Flakes, and Honey Nut Cheerios are all where he put them in his top 5. It's so delicious to me that the week that Thomas is going to win is a week where you can't win. Where it's a collaborative week and he cannot be on the podium.
I thought you were going to say where it's about food, and I was like, all right, that's fair.
Also worth noting.
But Andrew, what you have some anger in you about this?
It sure does.
I think he's trying to find some because he doesn't want it to be the way it is. I don't want
Thomas's order to be almost identical to the order that we agreed on. No, honestly, my biggest beef, I've already touched on it, is Fruity Pebbles being ahead of Honey Nut Cheerios. But apparently I lose on that one, so whatever, I guess. I think I would have, before this morning, I would have argued that Frosted Flakes should be ahead of Cap'n Crunch Berries. But I ate way too much Frosted Flakes. Empty. And now I'm kind of like burnt out and kind of over Frosted Flakes. So it's fine. It's fine.
You did some first-hand research, and it has bit you on the ass a little bit.
So I will say, looking at my own list too, like I really like Frosted Flakes. If I were to redo this list, I don't think they'd be number 2 anymore. So I wouldn't hate Honey Bunches of Oats going to 2 and Frosted Flakes going to 3. I'm okay with the way it is. But no, Honey Bunches of Oats was your number 2, Griffin, but Frosted Flakes is your number 2, Andrew. So I think you guys should fight.
I don't think I need to fight with Andrew about this. I think just by inclusion of Honey Nut Cheerios, I've already made Andrew's day and kind of already given him a little bit more than I should have. So, Thomas, I agree with you that Frosted Flakes and Honey Bunches of Oats should probably be flipped because Honey Bunches of Oats slap so hard.
Griffin, I'll make you a deal. We flip Frosted Flakes and Honey Bunches of Oats if we flip Honey Nut Cheerios and Fruity Pebbles. Those are my terms.
Son of a bitch. I spent so much time talking about how Honey Nut Cheerios are awful.
You take them or you leave them.
If I don't take this, my yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll make that trade. I'll make that trade. I'll make that trade every day of the week. Honey Bunches of Oats, 2-spot.
'Cause-
Frosted Flakes, 3-spot. Honey Nut Cheerios, 4-spot now, even though, again, it tastes like a natural disaster. And Fruity Pebbles in the 5-spot.
What is wrong with your taste buds?
I mean,
I will say,
imagine
Griffin, I mean,
a lot.
I will say, of this top 5, only 3 of them are in your top 10, while me and Andrew have all of them in our top 10.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay being, I made some off-the-wall picks. Lucky Charms, I don't think appeared on either one of your lists. Raisin Bran, which is Raisin
we're
Bran.
adults.
Like, I understand that Raisin Bran's not going to appear on a ton of lists, and I knew that going in. And I'm totally cool with that. I just love Raisin Bran. I think Raisin Bran's awesome, especially when it has the little clusters.
I'll say, like, I should have known earlier. Raisin Bran's not that bad, but, like, top 10, no chance.
Yeah. Look, not my week. Not my week.
I'm satisfied with our list. I'm like going back to the desert island. If I got there and there was these 5 boxes of cereal there, I would maybe be a little confused why there was packaged food products. But I would also be like, all right, it's gonna be a good day and a half.
I will say, I'm glad you guys are finally coming around to realizing that I'm the smartest, most cultured, best taste, really just the leader. Some would say the Leonardo of the group.
No one would say that.
So
No one would
I'm
say
glad.
that. All right. Well, thanks for that input. Just to make it fully clear for the class, we ended up going with number 5, Fruity Pebbles, number 4, Honey Nut Cheerios, number 3, Frosted Flakes, number 2, Honey Bunches of Oats, and number 1, Cap'n Crunch Berries. And that's our top 5. Big time collab list. Hate that I had to spend my morning agreeing with these guys and, making peace. Congress, you learn something from us. Just give it a shot. And thanks, guys. Good list.